All right, looks like we're live right now. Hey, what's up, guys? This is Tilo here. Welcome back to another episode of playing Gemstone Legends. And in today's video, instead of focusing on a specific hero, which I've normally been doing, I decided I wanted to try and climb the arena leaderboards a little bit. I haven't been focusing on it a lot. As you can see, I have over 300 arena tokens right now. And so, the season has reset and I'm down still in the bronze. So let's see, how many fights it'll take for me to get up to at least, silver. Hoping to be able to get to like silver 2 or 1 by the end of this video. And we'll see how far we get. And along the way, we'll probably try and, do a combination of various different fights and just, talk about the team makeup, how do you deal with certain teams, etc, etc, etc. So right now, as I'm still in the low low arena levels right now, in low tier, so there's not a lot of really high level enemies for me to fight just yet, but there's a couple that are in the hundreds. I saw one that's maybe like 120k or so, and so I'll probably be able to take those on, and then we can discuss like which teams you could potentially go after and what are some of the strategies there. So welcome to the stream if you're watching. Hopefully this is going to be something that you'll enjoy. I don't do arena pushes that often, but I figure it's about time, since I haven't actually been pushing for quite a few weeks now, and so it is something that I think is an important part of the game. I got lots of tokens, so let's go ahead and get them going. Hello Bella, welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining me here. Hope you're doing well. And so right now we are in bronze 1. I played a little bit just to get myself up there. I think I was in bronze 3 earlier, and then my history actually if you watch my history, I actually ended up getting a lot of points just from people attacking me and me winning those engagements. So I was able to climb at least 1, going from bronze 3 to 2, and then I moved up to 1 there. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go through all of the all of the people on my list here. We'll kind of move our way up. We'll go up in our degree of difficulty. And so right now, let's take a look. So we are looking at Spider with 84,000, almost 85, and we've got Sanura here, who's going to inflict silence. And then there's also Finbor, who is actually a really good hero to have in arena. If you can get him up to level 6 stars, level 60, his damage is going to be really incredible. So Tessix is going to be good at immunity. And Zahura is also going to be immune to burn. And so there's going to be, this is going to be a team that focuses on a lot of debuff while trying to be immune. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just take one out. I think I'm going to take out Ketra for now. And I'll go ahead and add in Sigil. So like when you're faced against a team that, take a look. If you're faced with a team that is fully, focused on debuff, and there are, heroes that are generally faster. So like Elias is usually pretty fast. If you see anybody with like Zarkon or Streetbog, those type of heroes, they're going to, you can safely bet that they're going to be pretty quick. And so you'll want to make sure that you have a way to deal with their debuffs if possible. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to use our taunt 1 turn before the enemy, and then we're just going to go ahead and take out the enemies that's coming up. So there's 2 enemies coming up. We want to make sure that we can get rid of at least one of them. And then what you do is you take away the gems that they need, right? So in this case, we're going to take away the dark and the blue gems, and we're going to go ahead at the same time try and get some of the gems for our units. So it's actually nice if we can get the blue gems going, because that also powers up our blue heroes. So let's see. So we're going to go ahead and do this. So we're going to power up both our Sophia as well as our Xena. And so let's see, can we maybe get rid of yeah, we could. So we were able to get rid of her. Now we can get rid of Sonura, and now we are sort of home in the home stretch. We're just going to go ahead and use Sigil to get ourselves a little bit of mana. So the nice thing about Sigil is that she gets rid of your debuffs and also gives you more mana, which which is nice. Okay, and then so at this point we're not really concerned anymore, so we're just gonna go ahead and match our gems, and then we're going to take out Finbor, and then we're going to use Sophia to take out Finbor, and then we're going to use Xena to take out Elias, because you don't want to use a red unit against a blue one. And so that was actually relatively easy. And then our next one up is going to be, let's see, I think Airwind. Yeah, so we're going to go up against Airwind. And so now we have a level 60, but it's T6. So T6 isn't really a concern if you don't focus on debuffs. Like if you're just like pure damage, T6 is actually not that scary. What you want to be looking at is units that are going to like stun you or going to freeze you for a while, and then you kind of work there. I think Andarion gives you, okay, so Andarion inflicts sleep. So sleep is something that can become a problem if you never get attacked, and then they have like single damage dealer, which they don't here, and so not really concerned about this either. And we could do it this way. We can keep going. In terms of like the dragons that you want to select, if you see a lot of healers, then you can bring Onyx Dragon, and if you don't, then you can go ahead and bring like Vermin to deal more damage. Usually you see people bringing in like the Green Dragon for healing, then you just bring a Haron to block block their healing, right? And so let's go ahead and do this. So we're going to go ahead and power up Streetbok first. And, T6 is going to be the first one to go. You're not really concerned about that. So what you want to be looking at is these two units. And so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and, let's see, we'll be able to power up Sigil. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and power up Xena as well. And so I'm just going to go ahead and take out Elias. That's what I'm going to do here. So let's go ahead and focus on Elias. We're going to be able to take it out. Next one I want to try and take out is going to be Oglaf. All right, so we'll go ahead and we'll do this. Okay, and I'm not sure I'll be able to take him out. I guess I will with Sophia, so because it's level 50, so it's not, it doesn't have as much health. And then the rest of the units at this point, it's really just kind of like patch and go. Like we're not really concerned about Andarion, because he's not going to be able to deal enough damage to us, especially since it's a light unit, and I have Martin, who is basically taunting all of the attacks, right? So what are some of the really strong heroes to use in the mid, sort of like the mid level, where you're not faced with like the super heavy duty units? Having a high level taunting hero is going to essentially help you win most of your matches, because as long as they deal single damage, like you don't have like a big wide area damage dealer that's at levels that are six stars at level 60, you generally will be able to survive those hits. Okay, so Martin essentially will always survive my hits by the enemy, and you can basically not worry about anything. You can just keep chipping down the damage. But if the enemy, if your opponent has a lot of so for example here, right? So Eliani is a single damage dealer. Klaus is the one that is a area of effect dealer, so he's going to deal damage to all enemies. So this one's going to be a little bit of a interesting one. So they got Guinevere who's going to heal, so we're definitely going to be bringing in Haron here. And now let's see, right? So there is a couple of debuffers. There's quite a few debuffers here. We're going to use Haron to block the heal for Guinevere. And right now there's two units that are green, so it's going to be a problem for Xena. So Xena is going to get focused on, and it's going to cause some problems. So we are going to change this, and let's see who I could bring in. So like Sophia's going to be going. I think what I'll do is I'll bring in Ketra. So I'm going to use Streetbok. Streetbok is strong enough to handle a lot of the hits. Sophia and Ketra are going to deal most of the damage for me. Sigil is going to be the one that will remove all of the negative status, and then I will use Martin to absorb the fight. So let's go ahead and fight here. Now keep in mind, my Streetbok and my Sigil have also really high speed, So if you take a look at my stats, my speed for Streetbog is at 371, and the speed for Sigil is 368. The idea here is if you can go first in an arena fight, you are more often than not going to be able to win that engagement just because you have time to set up. Okay, and so what you want to do here is, let's see. So Martin's going to be able to go, but I'm not sure I'm going to be able to use his ability. Okay, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and try anyways. Okay, so I can't get Martin to activate his skills just yet, but the people that are going to be next is going to be Guinevere and oh my gosh, I forget her name, and Zuhara. And so I'm not quite worried yet. I'm going to go ahead and get my power up ready to go. So I should be able to get Ketra going. And if we do this, we definitely will be able to get both of them, right? And so at this point, they're going to target attack, but they're not going to be able to use any special attacks just yet. Guinevere is going to be a little bit of an issue just because she is going to be able to use her gem attack to take out your positive stats. So like if she attacks Martin, for example, sometimes she takes away the taunt, and that just becomes that can be a little bit of an issue, but generally it's not too bad. And so Sophia has this skill that that also casts decreased defense when she kills an enemy, and if that's the case, then take advantage of that and use that to attack your enemies. And so that is what I'm going to do right now. Let's see, I'm going to keep this for now, and let's see, I'm not going to be able to charge up Ketra again, but I am going to be able to take out Eliani, and that is sort of the goal here. And so you can see what we're going to get is we're going to get hit by Xavier, so we lose our taunt and we get curse on. And so this is where we're going to go ahead and get rid of that curse, and then we're going to have to build back up our taunts again. But now our focus is probably going to be on Xavier, just because he's a green unit. It'll be easier for us to take him out. And then we focus on Santa next. I like to leave Guinevere until the last one, because whenever you deal damage to her using your special skill, she also heals herself a little bit. So if you don't have the heal block on, it's going to be a little bit of a pain just to try and deal damage to her. And she's generally built to be pretty tanky, and so she can take a lot of hits. And so what's happening here is, while you're trying to take her down, she's essentially tanking the hits, and the rest of the units on the teams are able to then deal damage to you. So you want to take out all of her attackers. Like, being a support herself, she's not going to be able to deal enough damage to affect you in any way. And so just use this opportunity to go ahead and deal damage. And so Sophia, again, when you use Sophia and Ketra together, always activate Sophia first, because she's going to do decreased defense, which gives you that advantage so you can deal more damage. Hello, OneRiv1. I'm doing well, thank you. How are you doing? Hendrik, welcome to the stream. Nice to see you here. And so that was Team Power 121. So that was without, Zarkon, without Streetbog, without Nika. There's like a lot of the sort of like the high-level teams there that are going to be challenging. So here's one, right? So here's Streetbog, and we got Zarkon, Sophia, and there is also Aurora and Guinevere. So this one, Alex win. This team is a really, really strong one, so we'll probably think about this a little bit, and let's see. So the rest of the teams are going to be easy. This one, we'll kind of set this up and prep for this, because there's Zarkon here, right? So with Zarkon here, we definitely want Sigil. I think I'm going to use Martin still. I feel like I can use this team still, right? With the dragon, that is a green dragon. I'm just thinking what I'm going to do with Aurora. So Aurora is going to provide both attack increase and also a shield. The thing is, I don't have any of the new heroes that take advantage of that status to deal more damage if there is like if there's shield or something. Like I don't have any of that, and so it's going to be a little bit of a challenge for me. Let's see if I can actually take out Zarkon with my attack. I can't quite. He's pretty tanky there, and so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and take away his dark gem, because I don't want to be dealing with poison. But it's not really the poison, it's the decreased defense, because Zarkon can also decrease defense, and so if that happens, your heroes can take more damage. Okay, and so let's see. So after this, we're going to get attacked by Raphael, but Raphael is a light hero, so I'm not really in a bad state here. So you know what? I think it's better for me to use my Sophia to take out Elidor first, being the healer, because I wasn't able to get my Haran going. Now without the healing, I should be in a better spot. Okay, so let's see. So we're going to continue to... let's see, we can actually do this. Take away some of their red gems while giving us a little bit. And so you can see here, Raphael is going to deal damage, but not a whole lot, especially not to our light heroes. We have immunity, and there is also reflect happening right now, but that's okay. And so let's see. Since these all have, you know, a decreased defense, we're going to go ahead and use our skills on them. And I was kind of holding on to my this, but I don't really need to, because I can actually build back up Sigil's skill, which I'm going to do right now. And I think what we focus on is, let's just go ahead and take out, we'll take out Tessix. Okay, and let's see, what we'll do is, see, I used up the this is where I used up the skill from Sigil, right? And so you can see we have a couple of heroes now that are hit with poison, but we're okay. Like, we're not completely in trouble just yet, because we have a lot of health. Okay, and I'm not really concerned about Raphael at this point. I kind of feel like I'm just gonna go ahead and keep attacking Zarkon though. So we should be able to take him out this next hit. And then Raphael is kind of like a glass cannon, in that if you, like, generally he's not too tanky, right? I don't find him to be too tanky in general. So let's see if I'm right here. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and use Sophia to attack him, and then we will use Ketra to finish him off if she doesn't do the job. And there you go. So Deep 6, so you see I have Ghidorah. What's my opinion of her? So Ghidorah is who I actively use. I'll step out here for a second. I actually actively use Ghidorah for the light boss. So if you take a look at my team, I use her because she can give decreased defense, and also she does decreased defense and also vulnerability, which is the key set of skills for you to deal more damage. And whenever she takes damage in a turn, she gets mana as well. So if you build her to be really strong, then you can activate her pretty often, right? So in this situation, like, Ghidorah you don't want Ghidorah to get hit generally by the yellow boss, because she'll just die. Like, there's no way you can survive the hits that much. But in general, like, she can get her own mana pretty well. Like, she's pretty efficient at doing that. So I do like her, and especially since she can cast this for all the enemies. But I think I would like to get Mayra for the same reason, in that, you know, Mayra does the same thing. It's against a single hero. That's all I really need, and it's a guarantee. Whereas Ghidorah, it's not always a guarantee that it's going to get cast. All right, so let's think about this one, right? So what am I concerned about? I'm concerned about Sophia's hits. And let's see. So we have Guinevere, who could decrease. I don't have a good stunner. Otherwise, I would use it against Sophia. I think she is not immune to stun. She's only immune to decreased defense. Yeah. So this is where I think I want to bring in blue heroes. I could potentially do this. I could also bring in my own Aurora. Let's see, who am I fighting here? There's I wanna bring in a, okay, maybe instead of Sophia I bring in Rogar. So Rogar is going to be my main damage dealer. He'll be able to benefit from Aurora. I'm going to change the order a little bit. So it kind of mirrors a little bit, right? But I want to make sure that I don't have a lot of weaknesses. So Martin is going to be the one that will tank all the damage. Sigil is going to get rid of the poison. The problem is we're going to have to get rid of, we're going to have to try and defeat Aurora fast. This might be a little bit challenging, especially since I'm imagining that my heroes may not actually be fast enough. So let's see. Let's try this out and see how we do. So we're up against Alex Wynn, 132,000 power, and so we are faster. So that is good, right? So we're gonna go ahead and get this set up right away so that we could set ourselves up for success as much as possible. How would we do this though with this? With this board, I can get, let's see, can I get Aurora going? Yes, I can get Aurora, and I can get Martin, right? So I'll go ahead and set this up right now. We'll get Martin going, and then we're going to do the following, right? So we don't really want. Sophia's going to definitely get her skill activated, so she'll be able to deal damage, but it's going to be against Martin, okay? And so let's see, who do I want to take out first? Let's try against Rogar. Rogar against Sophia, I think. Okay, so that was okay. We were able to do that. The gems that we match is going to be important here. Let's see. So I'm going to get rid of some of the dark gems, which we were able to do. We got rid of some of the red gems. We weren't able to take out Sophia just yet, so we are. But what's nice here is Guinevere isn't available yet, so she's not going to heal. Oh, she is going to be able to heal a little bit. And then we're going to get Zarkon hitting us, but then we're going to get rid of the poison afterwards. So here's the thing. Here is the. So you can see here's like, you know, these 3 turns. You can see how much damage was dealt, and that was because I didn't match enough to be able to use the heal block. If I had used the heal block, that would have been better. So let's go ahead and get rid of all of the negative stats, and then we'll bring we'll bring our shield back up, and then let's see. I don't have to activate Martin just yet. You want to also make sure that you don't activate it too early, because then you will end up losing the turns. And with this, I think we should be able to get rid of Sophia, so we do. So that's essentially the damage dealer there. That's pretty much it. Zarkon is going to be next. That's going to be the one that's going to cause problems for us for the most part. And so what we're going to do is we're going to, since there's not a lot of blue gems, we're going to use Sigil more. Okay, and let's see. Although I need to wait one more turn. Let's do this. We're not worried about the red gems anymore, so I'm just gonna take out the dark gems if possible. All right, so generally, like, I find that, you know, in arena, like, the things that you want to focus on is the weaknesses of your opponent, right? So right now you can see, like, this team is all about buffing and buffing and buffing with, like, the shield and the mana breath. I mean the soul replenish, and there's, you know, also the debuff from Zarkon. So this is why having Sigil on the team is going to be important, and making sure that if you had, like, a good hero like Kurgi. I don't have him leveled up enough yet to feel good about using him, but Kurgi is going to also be another one that will be good to use here. All right, so Rogar actually is just, you know, a really good hero all around. You'll see, like, once we get down to just a single hero, it's going to be he's going to be really strong, and so we're gonna be able to block the heal, right? So she's going to try and activate her skill. I guess it timed out. I guess the heal block timed out. All right, so let's go ahead and use this. So let's go ahead and attack Zarkons. Like, more of an issue is going to be like not being able to deal enough damage, but I think we'll be okay. Like the issue is more like, am I going to be able to deal enough damage to take out the units before the heals come back again? And so we're going to definitely, going to be focusing. Like, you have to focus fire on a unit here. So we're going to keep going on Zarkon. Okay, and the attack boost is very helpful here. Let's see. The blue gems are too far apart. I can't do anything. Oh, no, I can't. If the blue gem was like right here, I could. We have one more. Yeah, we can't do anything there. So we do have the heal block right now, so I'm just gonna focus on doing this. So Streetbox going to activate, get the skills going, and then we're going to get poisoned. Okay, but the nice thing is our shield is giving us some protection as well. Okay, and we're gonna do this. So we can actually deal quite a bit of damage right there, just not enough to take out Zarkon right there. But the very next hit, he'll be done though. So we're gonna go ahead and activate Rogar. So now all the threat is gone. Okay, and now we can go ahead and see who to focus on next. I think I'll go ahead and focus on Aurora, because her skill to provide the shield is one that is going to give a little bit more of a headache. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and activate everything, and then we will use Sigil. Oh, we can't use Sigil just yet, so we're going to go ahead and do this. Yeah, we're going to focus fire on Aurora at this point. Oh, I didn't target fire. Oops. After doing all of that, I didn't target fire her. So I guess we'll just go ahead and try and take out Guinevere, since Guinevere is pretty low health at this point. Okay, so we can do one. There's no more here, so we'll go ahead and activate Sigil. Okay, there you go. And so yeah, so that was actually, you know, that was actually pretty good. That was not as bad as I expected it to be. So I was able to do okay there. We do get frozen here. How much damage can I deal to Aurora there? Looks like I was able to deal okay damage. And we just need to make sure that we are, you know, we're just gonna take away their blue gems now, right? Now we just need to take away their blue gems. There's no mana generation for them at this point, and so we'll just go ahead and keep focus firing. There you go. And now it's just down to Street Bog, and we will just continue to do this, and we should be good to go in just, you know, in just a little bit. And we're also getting more damage. And now with Street Bog being the only enemy left, Rogar is also going to deal more damage, and so we can see him doing more damage now. And let's go ahead and yeah, so you can see he's actually doing better. So let's go ahead and do 1, 2, 3. Oh, it's too bad I don't have enough blue gems to activate Rogar one more time, but we'll be able to do that in the very next turn. So we'll just go ahead, and then this is going to be the last of our fights, and we'll make sure we get the attack boost going, and there's a win. So that took a little bit longer, but it you know, we were never in danger there, so that was nice. So that was, and I think I just need to win 3 more, and I'll be able to move on to the next. I think I can actually use the same team here because their primary teams are red, and so we'll just kind of go. So this is, you know, basically me, you know, focusing on the arena right now. This is just kind of like, you know, what I wanted to try and do today. Although I am also going to sort of talk about, like, you know, what I am focusing on right now with the heroes I have. Let's make sure we do this so we can talk about that as well a little bit. Okay, so let's do this. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so I recently got Zarkon myself, and so I'm pretty excited about that actually, and I'm just leveling him up, and I'm also playing around with Gildor and Tikar. Let's see who else is there. Yeah, Tikar, and I don't remember the fourth person. Anyways, I'll talk about it. These are actually units I don't use often, and what I plan on doing is I plan on showcasing how they're going to be useful for various different fights. I think, you know, I've been struggling a little bit with some of the raid bosses, and so I'm trying to get a different setup going so that I could actually, you know, hopefully, you know, succeed more often. All right, so the challenge with this setup is I don't have a lot of good, there's just like one damage dealer, and so the problem with Rogar right now is that he doesn't have enough mana gain, so he's actually a little bit slow, and so I think this could actually be a lot faster. I didn't need to bring in Aurora, for example, right? Like I could have just set up a more attack heavy team, and that would have been okay, but let's just go ahead and, you know, let's just go ahead and take out all of our enemies right now. And so we can go ahead and finish up this fight. And since the blue gems aren't really dropping, so I'm kind of using Streetblock and Sigil here as sort of like my way of getting mana. And we're going to target fire down on Elias first. Now we're going to go ahead and focus on Gera. We're going to go ahead and use the skill on him and on her, and we're just 2 more away from resetting one more time, but we're kind of far away from getting to silver. We're already at like 32 minutes. I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to finish up these 2 fights. We had one good engagement, right? We had one good engagement, and I showcased like how I would set up the team to defeat them. So hopefully that helps you out. You know, like if you are having, you know, difficulties in arena, like I think, you know, feel free to ask any questions here. I'll try and answer. Like I'm not fighting at the highest levels right now. That's not really what I am focused on. Like my time isn't focused on like getting as high as I can on arena. But what I do like doing is, you know, I like to try a few teams here and there. From time to time, I do, you know, try them out just to see how things go. And I think out of this setup here, I'm going to try and get rid of Valentina first, because she can revive, and I just want to take her out of the picture first so that we can have, you know, we can defeat the team a little bit faster. My next setup, I'm going to change the team. I'm going to get rid of this setup completely to make this a little bit faster. So let's go ahead and do that. But what's really nice here is, like, you know, you can see I'm basically generating mana when the board isn't too friendly for the blue gems. I should have done the other way. But we can go ahead and do this. And then we will go ahead and match the gems. We'll take out Valentina. And then the rest is going to be pretty simple. So we'll just go ahead and do this. So, how are you guys doing? You know, are you guys, what area of the game are you focused on mostly? You know, like what are you guys doing the current event? And I did a stream on the Santa event, and you can see the current leader is got what, 5 million points or so. So congrats on that. Probably not sure if anyone's going to be able to come close to that, but hopefully you're giving it a shot. All right, last team. This is actually level 30, so we're gonna go ahead and just jump into a Let's see. We're actually gonna go ahead and use Premislav here because I could probably just go ahead and use that to probably use that just to take out most of the units there. Okay. Except. Okay, so we're gonna go 1, 2, 3. We'll get before I can get Premislav going, I probably will already so I'm gonna do this, right, just so that I can use this. Everybody died already before I can get a chance to use Premislav. All right, so there you go. So that is I think I reset the opponents one more time. Let's take a quick look and see. Yeah, we don't have another like really high level player here. So this is basically, how many did I use? I started with 304, so I used about nine fights, right? 9 fights so far, and we're still in bronze 1, but that was a decent engagement there. So Mark Wilson, welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining me here. So let's go ahead and take a look at the campaign. So these are the heroes that I am currently actively leveling. So Zarkon, you can see, and also Ife. So I actually am pretty excited to use Ife. I want to see if she's going to deal approximate amount of same amount of damage as Gorak against a light boss. I just want to try something a little bit different because she's going to be able to deal 40% more damage, and she ignores defense. And so I feel like she could also be a really good damage dealer. And so this is the hero that I'm leveling up right now, along with Zarkon. So you can sort of see Zarkon in action right now too. Tikar is, you know, if you want to go up against Goliath level 20, she could be useful. And Gildor is going to be one I think is going to be most effective against the blue raid boss. So like all the heroes I have, I'm using Vigo, I'm using Vigo, and I'm using Xavier, I've got Eliani, and they all kind of do like okay damage, but not too much. Whereas, you know, with Gildor, his ability is that he's going to, well, he deals pretty good damage, and he works really well with Streetbach. And if you are able to get your boss low down, you know, health down to below 20%, then he'll deal even more damage, which is going to be helpful. And so, I'm quite interested. I'm quite excited to try them out. So I'm leveling up these heroes right now just to see what what they'll be like. I'm trying to change up my teams a little bit, like trying to change my setup, just because it's, you know, at the end of the day, like there's so many heroes to choose from. I'm not really using all of my heroes to their max potential, and so I think that's what I want to do. Let's see, runs. You quite enjoy the arena. Those Finbors and Cassius up in the top 100 are crazy indeed, for sure, right? What we can do is we can take a quick look here in the arena. Let's take a look at the ranking. So let's see who's up there right now. So we got Krabby. So Krabby is at number 1. Then we got Sauron, to like a lot of the very familiar faces. And let's see, so Aurora is, you know, Aurora plus Streetbach is sort of leading the way here. It's interesting, like, I can't duel these people, can I? Because I don't think I can duel anybody, because I don't think there's concept of like friends in this game yet, and there's no way to just like try against them. I wanted to try against them as well. Cassia is so good with Streetbach. I don't have her, but I would really like to see it. Let's see. I think I had, okay, so Rock Howard's number 8. I had a guildmate that was like somewhere up here, but I guess he hasn't focused on it and has gone down since the last time I checked. He was like in the top 20 last time. Anyways, yeah, I'm not really pushing for the top 10, but if you're fighting the top 100, that's awesome. All right, so let's see. I guess, what are some of the things I could do here? So we've talked about, let's see, what's in the rift right now. So right now it's blue Caldera. What's the setup I usually do for blue? Oh, I guess I was playing around. I decided to try Merlin and Zoe. I thought that I would use Sardia. I guess this is probably just I haven't played Rift in a while, like for collecting dust either. Like I've just been focusing on just leveling up my heroes. So if you take a look at my rare heroes right now, I got a lot of these, like, you know, ready to go. Like I'm actively leveling them, trying to get them to 50 to level 5 so I can ascend my heroes, because Weissman begins tomorrow, and so I'm trying to level them up as well. And we got lots of them in the inventory as well. Just like I'm just going, so doing a lot of leveling right now, not focusing on artifacts just yet, not really focusing on the dust. But what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to end my video with, I guess, one more fight of Bastet. I do a lot of videos on Bastet. I understand that. But let's see what I want to do here. So Zarkon, I'm actually thinking I want to try against the green boss, because his ability to cast a lot of poison, I think, is going to be really helpful. And so let's go ahead and, where is my Godora? Dark Epic. There she is. I need to regenerate her and then add her. Oh, I also have her in trainings. I couldn't use her. All right, so let's go ahead and remove her, and we'll just throw Zarkon in there for now. Sure. And so let's go ahead. We'll end our video with one last fight against Bastet. See how much damage we can deal here. Again, if I were to get my Ife leveled up, then I think I'm going to replace Gorak with her, just to see how well she does. Okay, and I don't actually have a lot of the small mana vials, so I'm not going to be able to do as much damage here, but I guess that's okay. I'm going to change this dragon. So this is my usual setup. So let's go ahead and do a fight here. Thanks a lot for joining me, guys. I don't typically get a chance to do this this early, and so it's nice to be able to do a quick stream and play a little bit and still have some time in the night. All right, so let's see. So, you know, the thing here is the dragons that you choose. Oh my gosh, this board is terrible. So so there are a couple of options that I thought about for dragons, right? So like I'm using Martin because he allows, you know, he's able to tank more damage, just from the fact that it's also a yellow unit, so that it will take less damage overall from Bastet. But you can see how much damage Bastet is able to do sometimes, depending on the gem match there. So let's see. So we're not able to get any debuff on just yet, and I'm actually already going to need to use a potion on my Martin. And so this is not a very good board overall. You can see here, like, I don't have a lot of dark gems. There's tons of yellow gems. Oh, I was talking and I didn't pay attention, and so this is basically a wash at this point. I was talking and I didn't realize that my Martin had actually lost out on his taunt. So this is what not to do, right? In a guild fight, in a raid boss fight. I'm not sure I'm gonna be able to even get. Wow, this is like, I'm gonna get like 40,000 damage here live on stream. There's a way that I could actually get around it, but I'm not gonna do it here on live stream. But we're just gonna have to deal with it. My mistake. But I think we should still be okay with the boss. It just can't believe I made this mistake on live stream. This is what happens. Let's see what we can do with just Martin and Streetbog. This is where, like, if I had Reflect, that might actually be okay. All right, so let's see. I want to see if I can deal a little bit more damage here. I refuse to just give up, right? So let's just go ahead and do this. Let's just see what we do. So this is a boss fight against, you know, against Bastet with just Martin and with just Streetball. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and do this. I want to try to get to like, well, let one step at a time. Let's get to over 50. Okay, let's get over 50, and then we'll see where we go from there. Right. So the thing is, I don't have Reflect on Martin, and Martin's the one that's getting all the hits. And if I had not chosen Skyron, then I could at least do a little bit of, you know, damage over time. But it's okay. We learned our lesson, and we just move on. I know I forgot to activate, and that's what I'm saying. Like I totally just spaced out. So now our goal is to get to 50,000. I mean, like, between these two non-attackers, I can't get much damage out of them. And all the Reflect is on Streetblock, and so not getting a ton of damage there. Yeah, I'm sure I'm not the only one that's done this, but it's just kind of funny when you think about it. It's like, I was just saying how, oh, you know, Martin is such a good hero because of the taunt, and you can get away from, you know, getting lots of hits, and then I forget to activate him, and here we are in this situation. Let's see. But yeah, we're gonna get our 50,000. So then the next step is let's try 75. Although we only have 14 turns remaining, so it's unlikely we're gonna get to 100. Probably 60, maybe 70. But unlikely we're gonna get to 100. I was kind of thinking in my head, like, can we get to 100,000? But you can see here, just with Martin alone, he's so tanky that you can, despite this, you know, this incredible loss, incredible goof on my part, we're still able to, for the most part, do okay. I don't think I need to use a health potion here either. Eight more turns, and we're basically going to suffer a incredible death after this very quickly. So we'll just make the best of the situation. The turns are going fast as well because we only have 2 heroes, so then Bastard's getting a lot of turns. Let's see if we can slow him down a little bit. Yeah, so we can slow him down a little bit at least, so that we could get a couple of turns in there. 53,000. It's been a while since I've gone that score. 4 turns. Okay, so basically a couple more turns and we're basically done. Let's just go ahead and use this. This is going to be our last turn because after this, essentially the boss is going to have all the turns because of rage. All right, so I think we die at this point. Yep, because he's going to be able to use the skill, and then let's see how much damage we can deal back with Reflect. So 54, 57. So he gets Reflect one more time. Perfect. Okay, and so let's just go ahead and do this. We'll do that. Get a little bit of a drop, get some damage there. 58,000 goes up to 62. Okay, we got at least a little bit closer to 70,000. We got 62. Look at this. Streetblock, second place with 20,000 damage, and Gorak, having hit a couple times, already got 34. So that's how you don't play it. But I've done this plenty of times before. Showed Bastet plenty of times. That is the setup I like to use, but like I said, I'm going to try and replace with Gorak with Ife. So in a couple of, probably in a week or so, when Bastet comes around, I will probably have her ready. So at that point, I will showcase her. So that's basically the arena fight. Thanks a lot for joining me, guys. That's going to be it for me for today. Sorry I spent some time that was kind of, more time than I wanted against the boss, but thanks for sticking around and watching this. Again, let me know what you think about the videos here. Like, what would you like to see? I know that, you know, definitely some people have asked for arena, so that's what I'm showcasing here. When I get to higher levels, I'll showcase that again. But if there's a hero you'd like to see, you have questions about, feel free to let me know. I'll try and provide more information about that as well. So thanks a lot for joining, guys. Take care, have a good evening, and enjoy your weekend. Take care, everybody. See you next time.